Mountain News this morning, the city of Hazard remembers a beloved member of the community who lost his life to COVID-19. And the vaccine deadline for employees at hospitals here in the Commonwealth quickly approaches.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
Good morning to you. It's Thursday. We almost made it. We're almost at Friday. I'm Dakota Makris. It's almost 5 o'clock. Let's head over to Brandon for a look at your cold forecast this morning. And Brandon, I don't really know if there was fog outside on my way here. Was there any for you?
There was.
Okay.
I ran into just a little bit there. I believe it was in Knott County this morning. Letcher County was fairly quiet, but Knott County and a little bit of Perry County. It was back and forth this morning, not as bad as it typically is. And it actually took the clouds a little longer to move in overnight, so it actually got a little colder. We'll talk more about that here in a second. But rain on the way in this morning, live pinpoint Doppler radar, seeing it coming in out of Tennessee. It's kind of circulating around a low pressure system that's going to be pushing through in our area the next little bit. Visibility, not too bad out there this morning. A couple spots have a little bit of fog. Temperatures, low 40s for some, mid 40s for others, and then upper 40s and low 50s for a lot of folks this morning. So a big contrast. All depends on who got the clouds first, and they came in from the south, so probably the southern counties were the warmest this morning. 63 this afternoon as those rain chances increase. Now, it will not be an all-day washout rain, but I do think we see some good waves at times. Dakota?
All right, Brandon, thank you. Well, a tough week for the city of Corbin, losing two key figures in the city's history. Former Corbin City Commissioners Ed Tye and Nancy Mitchell served the city for decades. Tye died Saturday and Mitchell followed on Sunday. Tye was a veteran of the U.S. Air Force, and Mitchell was described as a pioneer in business and leadership. Congressman Hal Rogers spoke at Mitchell's funeral yesterday and says seeing so many people pay tribute is touching.
Well, it's heartwarming. She had so many friends from all over creation, and she treated everyone so equally nice. So it's heartwarming to see those people come and pay their respects.
Now, Congressman Rogers says losing Mitchell was a deep personal loss for him. The community is remembering a Hazard hairstylist who died from COVID-19 earlier this month. Philip Adams worked at Karma Salon and Spa here in Hazard. One of his former clients says she went to him when she was 13 years old and says he was the hairstylist everyone wanted to go to for prom, adding when she sat in his chair, it felt like a safe space.
At the end of every yoga session that Philip would have, he would always end with namaste, and he taught us that it means the good of me sees the good in you. And that's how I know I'll always remember him.
Now, his co-workers tell us they remember Philip for his artwork as well and believe he would want to be remembered for his gift of giving. Hospitals, including Baptist Health Corbin, put a COVID vaccine mandate in place for employees during the last couple months. Many of the deadlines for employees to receive the shot are coming up soon. Baptist Health has mandated all of its employees are fully vaccinated by the end of October. Baptist Health President Anthony Powers says the mandate has had mostly a positive reaction by nurses and staff.
Our nurses and entire staff have just went above and beyond, and our communities embraced our hospital, and so it's been a very positive experience here.
Now, Powers did say they had a few employees leave because of the mandate, but the numbers were not large enough to make them any more short-staffed than they already are. A staff attorney who works in the state's executive branch is suing Governor Andy Beshear due to his mask mandate in state office buildings. The Lexington Herald Leader reports Dana Simmons, who works for the state's public protection cabinet, filed a lawsuit on Friday. The lawsuit claims the governor and other defendants illegally imposed the mask mandate under the guise of policy, even though the governor's ability to issue a broader mask mandate was lifted by judicial rulings and the state legislature. The defendants had not yet filed a legal reply as of Wednesday, and the case is set for a preliminary conference in Covington on Friday. Well, it's been a little more than 1 week since Governor Beshear sent a letter to state Republican leaders asking for a work group to create an essential workers bonus plan. The bonus plan would use $400 million in federal funding to give bonuses to frontline essential workers employed throughout 2 full years of the COVID-19 pandemic. The governor announced earlier this week that the request for a committee was declined.
It's really unfortunate. I believe that those essential workers who have spent 2 long years helping us through this pandemic, the healthcare workers, the truck drivers, the teachers, and so many others, they deserve our respect.
Republican leaders say they would rather remain more focused on efforts to fix ongoing workforce shortages for healthcare providers. Well, people are quitting their jobs for a variety of reasons. Labor experts say it could be working conditions or lack of support for management, or to stay at home with children. And here in Kentucky, the rate of people quitting is the highest in the nation. Corey Bozemuir says he is quitting his security job he's worked for at more than a year. He's fed up because he says his company does not appreciate its employees, from little pay to few benefits.
I've worked 3 to 4 different time schedules for them. The list goes on, and that's basically why, you know, people don't know how to treat people this day and age. They wonder why they can't keep people.
Well, while Kentucky has the highest quit rate and also has the highest hiring rate, 1.2% more than the rest of the country. On top of that, Kentucky has the second most job openings in the nation when compared to how many people have jobs. Well, thank you so very much for getting your Thursday morning started with us here on Mountain News this morning. When we come back, another natural disaster hits southwest Louisiana, leaving behind a path of destruction.
And rain chances are on the way back to the region today, and they may make themselves at home for just a few days as well. I'll track them out for you in about 3 minutes.